Okay, now here is the Raspberry Pi Zero, to which I have connected a Raspberry Pi camera and a passive infrared sensor. Um, and as you can probably guess, this is gonna take a picture every time there is a motion detected by the sensor here. But I don't know if you notice this gray box here. This is a temperature and humidity sensor. And it's in this box because this is already something that I had around. Inside here, there's an Arduino Nano and a real-time clock, both connected to the Arduino. And what this does is if you have a serial connection from the Raspberry Pi, you can send an R and you get the values for temperature and humidity. And if you send a text, the current timestamp is reported back to you. In this case, I'm only using it for humidity and temperature. Also because I don't want to wire. I don't have a spare unit, a spare DHT11, and it's too short a time to get one in the short term from eBay. So I have to be inventive and recycle this for now, the way it is. And in the Raspberry Pi, this is the remote connection to RPi. This is a PUTTY. And I'm sorry, this is the I forgot. I need to scroll with the cursor keys. This is the basically the Python script running on the Raspberry Pi upon startup using a Bash script, porting some libraries, Raspberry Pi, GPIO, emailing the serial, the datetime, the Python imaging library, the Pi camera, the sleep, the time, a library, blah blah blah, the email, setting the Raspberry Pi GPIO 0 as my input for the PIR, starting the camera instance, setting up the serial connection attributes. And here are some functions that I made. And the reason I did it this way is because I want the values for temperature and humidity to be imprinted in the image that I'm going to be emailing. So in this case, apart from getting the picture taken every time there's motion detected, I also wanted the Pi to send me an image at a fixed time. So in the main loop here, I have a condition, a volume value that if the hour and minute of the A is exactly noon, is going to take a picture, is going to start if there's motion detected, or if there is if it's noon, it's going to take a picture and email it to me. And the picture itself is going to have the humidity and temperature imprinted alongside with a timestamp. So whenever I'm on my phone abroad, I can look it up and say, oh, it's 19 Celsius and 40% relative humidity, and this is the current time. So this is because I want to remotely monitor my house. I'll be traveling abroad, and this is a nice way to do it using email. I don't want to buy an expensive thermostat or whatever, and there's no camera out there that I know that I can use it to email temperature and humidity. So I had to customize my own here with stuff I had lying around. Also, I have this prior to this. I made this with a Raspberry Pi 1. It's got a Raspberry Pi camera and a PIR sensor, and it's covered they're not Wi-Fi embedded, so you have to insert a Wi-Fi dongle into it. I want to take this abroad because I want to install this in my house outside the U.S. I have a property outside the U.S. Also, this thing is also going. This enclosure is. I'm taking this to and other stuff for my property outside the U.S. so I can remote monitor and control stuff in the house. Like IoT remotely. But this is a thing I have made. I only have like 2 weeks left to prepare for the trip. There's a lot of things that I do, but this is something quickly I can do and set it up. Probably gonna tight it is, probably make it look nicer. Not so much because this is something more like a prototype. But well, this is it. And appreciate you guys watching this video, and stay tuned for more.